Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, not really, YouTube won't let me talk to you. YouTube proudly presents one of the weirdest dog haters on the platform, your very own Ashley Blackburn. Ah, man. Now, let's get ready to mongrel. Hi guys, I'm extra silly today. I've had to redo that entry 3 times. My videos keep stopping. It's driving me insane. I don't realize what's going on. I keep looking at it. I thought it was my son. Guess it's not. I've been looking at everything around here. I'm like, what the hell caused this? So now I have to do all this again. If you knew how frustrating that was, and then I have to sit here and gain my composure over and over again. So I'm going to hop right into it. This title today is Mail Delivery, UPS, FedEx drivers being attacked by dogs. And also I have a personal experience from my own FedEx driver that he shared with me as I told him how much I hated these damn things. So let's get right into it. We've got Manchester Evening News right here on the laws on dogs biting postmen and delivery drivers. I'm going to be paying attention to whether this video stays going. This is a topic suggestion from Beannie Girl. OG80. Okay? Let's go. In 2017, dog attacks put someone in the hospital every day in Greater Manchester. This week, a young delivery driver was attacked by a dog while posting a card through a letterbox. Nicola Kringle of Bury had half a finger ripped off by a dog while she posted a card through a letterbox, and she said police refused to retrieve the severed digit. Police were called to the scene, but Nicola was left dismayed that they would not drive her to the hospital or break down the door and retrieve her finger. This is not a rarity. It's been a long-running joke that dogs hate the postman. Ha ha, funny. But in 2017, dog attacks put someone in the hospital every day in Greater Manchester. That is way too many. Of course, some of it's due to bad ownership. I don't even care. There are laws to protect but are there laws to protect postmen and delivery drivers? Yes and no. Communication Workers Union and Royal Mail have annual Dog Awareness Week aimed at raising awareness of the issue and encouraging responsible dog ownership. The CWU have also lobbied hard for legislative changes. Who cares? Pointing to the fact that 8 of their members are being bitten by dogs every day while delivering mail. That means 8 people are being bitten, 1 are going to the hospital. In May 2014, government made changes to the Dangerous Dog Act. This allows criminal prosecutions to be brought if a dog attack took place on private property. The law was previously restricted to public property. These people want their damn mail, but they don't know how to take and keep their fucking mongrels away from our delivery drivers. They're like the new on-ground soldier fighting these things every single day. There's no way I could be a delivery driver. However, police deal with dog attacks on delivery drivers differs greatly. There are 45 UK police forces, and they decide their own priorities and deployment of resources. Trying to get the police to take this whole issue of dog attacks seriously, as they should do, and take more punitive action through prosecutions, and by issuing community resolution orders, have become a real problem. If the police's job investigating each case is to get it to prosecution standards, but they seem reluctant to do so. They're dog nuts. In 91, the Dangerous Dog Act was extended in line with the union's objectives, primarily extending the law to private property. Here's their stupid tips for dog owners. Get ready to lose some brain cells. This is my least favorite parts of the videos. Ensure your dog's out of the way before the postman or woman arrives. Place your pet in a back garden or a faraway room. If you have a back garden, close off access in case your dog can get around to the front of the yard when the postman shows up. Durr, durr, durr. Dog attacks can happen when you've opened the door signed for an item. Please keep your dog in another room before answering the door. Make sure children don't open the door. Kids can't do anything. You have to do everything fluffy once, remember? Give your dog food or a toy to occupy it. You guys, as a former dog trainer, you're teaching that thing that it's okay. Here's a steak. Here's Fluffy. Fluffy starts barking and reacting every time the postman is knocking on the door. You give Fluffy a steak and put Fluffy in the back room where most people don't even get that kind of protein they need. But hey, who cares about humans? Fluffy, right? You're training Fluffy to act that way. You're training Fluffy that it's okay, and not only is it okay, you're encouraging the behavior. And a mailman's here, you better freak out. If your dog likes to attack your mail, consider installing a wire letter holder to protect your post and your postman's finger. Please ensure your dog is microchipped and wearing a collar and a tag, that your contact deals on the tag and microchip are up to date. Son of a bitch, guys. What does that have to do with protecting the postman? I don't understand. So that's the end of this article, thank goodness, because that shit just made me stupid. And let's move on to this one. This is a startling article by a group called Patch.com, okay? This is what I was reading when the damn video stopped last time. They are going to kill him. Puyallup, Washington, UPS driver mauled by dogs. This comes from October 5th, 2017. That's when it was posted. So a few years ago. This poor man. Actually, I showed you guys the picture in the last video, and then the video stopped, so I'm not even going to touch the damn thing. In Puyallup, Washington, a woman stood by watching as the pit bulls tore into UPS driver Kevin Backlund's leg. Backlund, moments earlier, had entered the property along 116th Street in an unincorporated area to deliver a package. But after he entered the property, he was set upon by 4 pit bulls who tore at Backlund's arms and legs, inflicting injuries that a witness would later say looked like something out of a war. Backlund, 59, a former Nevada State Police officer trained in martial arts, guys, that's scary, right? Tried to fend the dogs off with his belt after seeking refuge on top of a trailer. He called 911. Remember, there's a psycho woman watching all this. And told the dispatcher one of the dogs had severed a vein and he was bleeding profusely. The dispatcher sent the call to Pierce County deputies. Chief Steve Goodwin was the first to arrive on the scene. What he saw was just as bizarre as it was violent. The woman was just standing there, watching a pit bull tear Backlund apart. She should be friggin' arrested. Why is he up there calling the police and she's down here watching like, ooh, because she's sick in her freaking head. The dispatcher, I asked her if the dogs were hers and she said yes. That's claim of ownership, right? Just wait. Goodwin called in a report and he wrote about the incident. I told her to get the dogs under control and she said the driver was trespassing and he kicked one of my dogs. Second admission of ownership. Just wait. They are going to kill him, the woman said. Guys, who owns the dogs? That's the title of the next paragraph. Okay. In the wake of the September 13th mauling, there's still many unanswered questions. Backlund intends to sue the dog owners, but the property where the attack happened appears to be inhabited by a shifting group of people, and none have stepped up to claim ownership of the dogs. I don't know. I think this woman that just said the dogs were hers twice would count as a dog. Or, as I'm explaining earlier, okay, if you have a car or a property and they find drugs or an unregistered weapon or a substance in it or whatever, well, you're responsible. Doesn't matter if, like, your uncle's staying with you and it was him, right? I dealt with this when I was much younger, and I went out on a blind date and I got pulled over. And they found pharmaceutical pills, of which I've never taken. I've done some stuff in my time, but none of it was ever pharmaceutical drugs. And I was responsible for them because they were in my car, right? And there's no sitting there saying, like, those aren't mine, I didn't do that. So I had to pay the fine and everything else. And, yeah, it's my responsibility. It was in my property. That simple. It appears the property is owned by a man named Jason Owens, but on multiple visits to the property, police have only been in touch with a man named Daryl Burgess, whom is a registered sex offender. Remember that from my video down the line about sex offenders and pedos using dogs to lure in children, okay? Who claims to live at the property. In police reports visits after the incidents, officers tried calling Owens, they can't reach him. There are several businesses that list this property as an address. One of those companies is some type of freight shipping business. Immediately after the attack, 4 pit bulls, including the pack leader, Laurinaitis, who cares, were taken to the Humane Society for quarantine. Bullets. I am so enraged that all of our money and time goes into these things. Damn it, I miss the old days. when something did something like this and we shot it. These days, you can face all kinds of legal ramifications and trouble. And not only that, as I was talking to someone about the other day, you can end up fighting with the owner, and then the legal ramifications of you hurting the owner. They cleared the dogs dangerous and got a warrant to keep the dogs locked up at the kennel. They made the determination based on a number of factors. The front gate was also secured with what they would describe as a flimsy black ribbon. They asked if they had posted a sign about the dangerous dogs, and they said, yeah, there was one, but it was missing. They finally found it and placed it. The sign said, Psycho Dog Zone. Goodwin wasn't going to wait for the woman to control the dogs. He ordered her to open the gate so he could get Backlund. She told him, fuck you. By that time, a second dog was on Backlund's leg, and Goodwin knew there was no time to waste. He ran his officer car through the fence and was able to position the passenger side so that Backlund could jump in. Why are we protecting these things? This woman's standing there cussing at the cops. But that woman, who still hasn't been positively identified, she should have been taken to jail. Wasn't through. She screamed at the pair as they backed out of the driveway and threatened to shoot them. So her dog's attacking the man. She's threatening to shoot a cop, but she's unidentified and didn't get arrested. Y'all, if this was me doing the same thing to the dogs, threatening to shoot them and screaming at people, I would be in damn jail. You are a fucking idiot. Now the dogs are going to get out. She screamed at Goodwin, I'm going to get my gun and shoot you. Girl, I'm going to pick you up and put you where you belong, in an insane asylum. Protect everyone from you and ever getting more damn dogs. Backlund was taken to Good Samaritan Hospital and treated for his serious wounds. There's a legal battle coming. He's all messed up. He's missing all kinds of muscle tissue and stuff. He's back at home. He's far from healed. He got 130 stitches for bites all up and down his arms and legs. He has to go to a wound care doctor every day, have the bites cleaned and dressed. The bites are beginning to scab over, but it's making it hard for him to move. He's decided to speak to the media and appeal to the hearing of the dangerous dog order. He's being represented by, so he issued a statement on the people who saved his life. On behalf of myself and my family, we want to express our deepest gratitude to Orting Fire Department Chief Steve Goodwin for his immediate assessment and courageous actions that we believe saved my life. The 2 Orting Valley Fire Department paramedics that stabilized me in the medic car en route, and the doctor and his surgical team for outstanding care. Lastly, not least, we are grateful for the outpouring of support and prayer from our church family and faith community. Dear God, okay? Here's a doozy. Next article from CBS Pittsburgh. Man found innocent after his 3 dogs maul a UPS driver. Harrison Township. And this date is January 9th of 2019. Matthew Zavarella walked out of district justice courts found not guilty on 3 summary counts related to a savage dog attack. Pause the stupid ad. There we go. It's driving me crazy. That happened to Ami Demi in August of 2018. Zavarella's 3 attack-trained German Shepherds mauled Demi as the woman was delivering a letter to his house. Demi testified about the incident. I pulled up, beeped the horn. The first dog came right at me. I said, oh my God. The dog ripped my calf open. It looked like a shark bite. The 2 other dogs followed. The attack felt like it was forever. I'm here to deliver a letter. That's my job. His job is to make sure a delivery person can safely get that letter to him. It's well spoken. Wednesday's proceedings, however, centered on Zavarella violating the state dog containment issue. Animal Control Officer Gary Hoffman argued that Zavarella had lost control of his dogs. Yeah, obviously. Zavarella's defense attorney argued the attack was terrible, but Zavarella animals were on his premises and never strayed from the property, so containment statute was never violated. What about this woman's safety? Judge Kistler ruled in favor of Zavarella. However, the matter is far from over. Lawyers for Amy Demi have filed a $50,000 negligence suit against Zavarella. Dear God, help us all. Alright guys, this one's a video. I'm going to turn up the volume. We'll go ahead and listen to this. It'll give me a chance to take a break.
Our mail. Tonight they're campaigning for it to stop.
There was a large dog on its hind legs.
When posties become prey. Sending our male men and women barking mad.
Oh, I'd love to show this if this video stops me so mad.
Furry and on four legs, this unrestrained pooch appears out of nowhere, tipping over the postie's heavy bike as the dog makes a run for it back home. Thankfully, the driver's okay, as was this one who had a similar run-in. And spare a thought for this Star Trek worker who gets quite the fright, retreating, then returning as the dog's owner arrives. These aren't just freak events. Each workday last financial year, 3 posties or delivery drivers were attacked by hot-headed hounds. That's one rough day at the office.
I've been bitten once.
Dennis Metcher's been a postie for almost 3 decades.
But I've had many a close calls. I've lost count.
This is not funny. I hate how they slip all these jokes in.
Dogs bailed me up at the dog park, where I ride past every day.
Dennis says delivering packages has become quite the mission.
It's got a real high-pitched sound, and it actually alerts them straight away as soon as you get to their premises.
It's like we locked eyes, and he knew it was on. So
He's got a great point. I can be all the way up at my house, and this house is very well built. Like, my Bluetooth devices don't even work through the walls here. It's an older house. And I can hear those little beeper things. I can tell when I hear the gate and everything, but I can hear those beeper things at my neighbor's house across the street.
he bolted for the open gate.
Postie Anthony Malici's being chased down too on his e-bike.
And it was scary because I was doing 50 k's on the road, and this thing was like kind of lunging toward my leg while running 50 k's an hour next to me. And it probably chased me for a good 400 metres.
So, to stop posties being bailed up, they've been busy delivering these postcards to homes across the country, encouraging us all to keep our dogs.
And in the cards, they have like this catchy stuff like, we like to deliver, dogs like to fetch. I'm sick of this cute crap. Stop with all that rhetoric. There's a picture of like a dog looking all cute. Put up the picture of the man who got his limbs amputated. How about that one? Put up the truth.
Dog secure.
It doesn't matter how big the dog is, what the breed of dog is.
Even the cutest, most mild-mannered, pampered pooches can still have strong protective instincts, says animal behaviourist Laura V.
They've got this really important job and this huge amount of purpose to protect and guard.
She says redirection, not punishment, is key.
So that might be just simply getting them to go to their bed or shaking hands. And, you find that if you do that consistently, then they're happy to do that and they actually start to predict that the knock on the door of the postie is, oh my God, there's an opportunity for roast chicken if I go to my bed and, shake hands.
But if that fails and your dog's still giving the postie grief, you can always have your parcel sent to a parcel locker. It's completely free, and once your deliveries arrive, you'll be sent a code you can then use to retrieve your mail.
None of our posties should really have to go through that because someone just forgot to do something as simple as close their gate.
As for our canine friends, well, they'll...
Who is paying for all that crap? So that these people can have their little mental void filling? Fuck Fluffy. Let's move on to the next one. Damn it, we're already running long. And like I said, this could just be my whole channel. Was talking about delivery drivers. Shit. This article is from Channel News 8 of Tampa Bay. Mail carriers seeing dog attack uptick and how to keep your mail carrier safe. This is another one that's going to kill some of my brain cells, so we're just going to jump through this. Dog attacks are a major concern for mail carriers in the Bay Area and everywhere else. According to the USPS, in 2020, about 6,000 postal workers were ambushed by animals. Recently, there's been an uptick of more attacks. How can you help keep your mail carrier safe? They don't care. They watch it on the videos. They think it's funny. Stop playing like these people actually want to be good pet owners. They're psychos. Psychos. What? Yeah, I know, honey. Go play with your trains. No. Here, give me one then. Thank you. Okay. a USPS spokesperson told us in St. Pete since October 2020 there have been 13 workers attacked by dogs. When USPS mail carrier Nick Ehas dropped off a parcel, he looked over his shoulder. It's mostly fear. You get the jitters. Oh God, I'm going to get bit today. Oh my God, I'm going to get bit today. Everybody wants these Amazon Prime packages. He says he is bitten twice in his 7-year career, once in the heel and once on the back of his knee. He is just one of 630 mail carriers in the city of St. Pete. He delivers to 500 houses a day and has close calls with dog bites monthly. It's incredibly irresponsible. Lives in St. Pete and has never had an issue with his own 3 dogs, of course. And that's part of the problem with these mail carriers. They'll have like their own dog at home, you know, and then like they're just pissed at everyone else's dogs. This is a possibility for everybody. And that same mail carrier's dogs can end up attacking another mail carrier. Then what? He said training and owner responsibility is the key. You got to put in a little work. You can't just have a dog. They're a lot of work. Oh, God. Dogs do attack. Ehas knows how to shield with his satchel. It's a wall between... That is not going to help you when you're like this gentleman from the Patch.com article and you're being surrounded by these things. They should be aware at what time their mail is delivered. Make sure the dog's put up. Never open up the door with your mail carrier. The dog will likely feel threatened. I hear all this freaking jargon and bullshit from these people. National Dog Bite Awareness Week. That also just pisses me off. What is that doing for anybody? It's just a chance for these dog advocates to ask for more money constantly so that they can make changes, legislative changes. No, what you want to do is have more of these things not put to sleep. You know what the simple friggin' solution is? Instead of quarantining them and choosing up, put them all to sleep. Then we don't have a problem with this anymore. Let's move on. I believe we're about down to the last article, and then I'll share my own FedEx driver's personal experiences. FedEx driver, this is from Newsweek, mauled by dogs, has arm amputated following attack. FedEx driver in rural Illinois was left with severe injuries to both his legs and arms after being attacked by 2 dogs. If I repeated this one, I apologize. Like I said, this is the 3rd time I had to do this video. The man's left hand and wrist had to be amputated following the attack. He was airlifted to a St. Louis hospital and awaits further surgeries. But I read it earlier. He had severe bite wounds to his arms and legs. It was pretty bad. Said the man, identified as Paul Moser by the victim's brother, was in serious condition and will likely be in the hospital for some time. Newsweek contacted Calhoun County Sheriff's Office for comment. My brother Paul was the driver that was attacked. His left hand and wrist had to be amputated. This man's just trying to do his job. And now he's having limbs amputated. His significant injuries, 2 surgeries, and will require more. He was taken out of ICU today. According to the brother, the dogs charged through the front door of the home where the worker was delivering a package. The dogs were reported to have been on top of the driver by the time the homeowner returned to the property.
Here. I need to get out.
Just take a deep breath.
M&M's mix.
Go away. It is unknown what may have triggered the attack from the dogs. Don't care. According to veterinarian records, both dogs had received their appropriate shots. Otherwise, they would have been quarantined for 10 days. They need to be put down. What is all this quarantining crap? Do we quarantine humans that attack people? No, it's called jail. Okay? Sheriff noted the latest incident was one of the worst bite cases he'd come across in his whole career. Sheriff said the dog owner told authorities he's going to take care of the situation. This is the fox guarding the hen house, people. I'm sure he will. Hey, while we're at it, why don't we let all these other people that break laws take care of the situation? No big deal. I'll take care of it. Yeah, I've learned my lesson. He warned residents need to be aware of potential attacks from even the most unsuspecting of dogs. According to the AKC, here we go, which for any of you who don't know is the American Kennel Club. American Bulldogs are known for their strength, endurance, agility, and friendly attitude. Rules and routines should be placed early and adhered to as the dogs grow up. They require a firm but loving hand to establish and retain proper boundaries. I got a proper boundary for you. American Pit Bull Terriers are also known for their strength, confidence, and zest for life. Yeah, they show that zest for life every time they maul someone. The breed's natural agility makes it one of the most capable canine climbers, so good fencing is a must for this breed. What does fencing have to do when you're a delivery driver or a mail carrier and you have to get up to the door? American Pit Bull Terriers are extremely friendly, even with strangers. Aggressive behavior towards humans is uncharacteristic.
I need to get out.
That is
Calm down.
bullcrap.
Down. The walls are closing in.
Hold
I'm
on,
freaking
sorry.
out.
Ugh, relax, Yellow.
Let me just turn this crap off. There we go. That'll fix that. These M&M ads keep popping up. I'm like, I don't even eat candy. Okay, so, yeah, that's that story. I'm going to share my FedEx driver story with you right quick and wrap this video up. My FedEx driver is a very nice guy. I noticed right away, because I'm always usually up here or down in the kitchen, that I would hear his little beep beep, okay? And so I came out, and I always catch him when he beeps, so I'd pop right out the door, and he's like, "You are always on it." I'm like, well, in a world full of attacking critters, one needs to be paying attention. And he's like, "Whoa, oh yeah, I would know about that being a delivery driver." Real nice guy, big dude. And I said, "Yeah, I'm sure you would, actually. I would love to hear your take on that." And he's like, "Oh, well, you're not really allowed to say anything to the owners. There's super strict rules about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, because, you know, your life's not as important as this dog's life." And he's like, "At least someone gets it." And I was like, "Well, you never have to worry about a damn dog in my yard. And if you do, the dog needs to worry about me, because we're going to have some freaking problems." And he's like, "Fantastic." And he's like, "Well, look." And he pulls up and pulls his sock down and turns, because he's wearing shorts. And he's like, "I got bit right here." And he has like a huge bite mark up in his shin. He's like, "I got bit right here, and there's one inside his ankle." He's like, "And I got bit here." He's got one on the inside of his thigh. He goes, "It's like a once a month problem, roughly, sometimes more." He's like, "And for me to actually be able to say I'm not going to deliver to someone's house anymore, there actually has to be like an incident that has to be recorded and reported on." He's like, "And then they get a chance to attest to it and all this crap." And I'm like, that seems really wild. I mean, you should have like the choice to say like, "Hey guys, this house is dangerous. They never keep their dogs tied up. I'm in fear of my safety." He's like, "Yeah, well, you know, they're in fear of their packages not being delivered, and my boss, all he cares about is that the packages get delivered." And I'm like, "Just know, nobody cares about the driver." And he's like, "Well, except for people like you." He goes, "So I've tried to be nice, you know." He's like, "And I turned in like 2 of these bites. The other ones I didn't, because it just ends up being more trouble for me. And they make me go to the doctor. They make me do this and that." He's like, "And I get it. I need to do that." He's like, "But like I have a family and a life, and it just starts to become an inconvenience." He's all, "But out of like 20 pet owners, if someone sees something happens," he's like, "they don't even apologize." He said the one people, the dog latched on to him, and he reached down and hit it with his hand. He's like, "I slapped it." He's like, "And it tried to like lurch up and bite my hand, and I got it away fast enough." He's like, "So I swung this way and hit it again." And the woman came outside screaming and yelling at me with an umbrella in her hand, threatening to hurt me and call the police because I hit her dog. And he's like, "No, ma'am, the dog's attacking me." She says, "You get out of my yard. Yes, don't you hurt Fluffy." I don't think its name was Fluffy, but I'm still having fun with that. So, you know, this guy, you know, and I've seen him yesterday, and I heard his little beep beep, and I thought it was at my house. It was for the neighbor. And he sees me, he's just waving, he's so happy to see me, he's all pointing, and, you know, I'm like, it's really sad. You know, then we don't care. I do, you do, right? But humans as a whole don't care about, his name's not Jeffrey, but we're just going to call him Jeffrey. Jeffrey getting attacked by Fluffy. All they care about, get my Amazon Prime package up to my door. Shield yourself with your mailbag, you know, do that. And get my package up here and don't touch my dogs, because this is their yard. Da-da-da-da-da. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I wish you all a good day. I'm sure I'll be back after a bit to do another video. This was a lot of information. Like I said, I could literally make videos about mail carriers being attacked all day. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and then I have to add in every one of these damn links. Thank you to everybody that has been participating and helping send me stories. even the small donations, gotten a few small donations. You guys don't realize, like, even if it's like you're buying me a cup of coffee or we'd met at the bar and you wanted to buy me a cocktail, I had people send like $5. Dude, that makes a big difference. It really does. And just in the money that I spent on the petition for the little boy, trust me, it gets overwhelming. I'm happy to do it. I don't care if people donate, but man, when you guys do, it means a lot to me. So I'm just going to end it right there. Guys, steel toe boots, okay? Cardiac spikes. Someone sent me a link for that. So instead of pulmonary, cardiac, we actually got a link on pulmonary spikes, but they're like really expensive. And they're really more like artwork. They're not really like, you know, for stabbing things. But hey, you know. And actually, I've seen a couple people send me some of their alterations. That's very cool. You guys, gives us something to do and makes you a weapon. Cooking with Dog Meat and I were talking about the steel toes. She's probably right. Might be saving some lives just by saying that. These things kind of slip our minds. So get your steel toes, get your mag lights, go see Cooking with Dog Meat. Her channel kicks ass. Thank you to all you, JL, Beanie Girl, Marcus, Morpheus, everybody who's been involved, Lawrence, everybody. I'm so grateful from the bottom of my dog-hating heart. I appreciate every single one of you. Please enjoy your Saturday. Much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.